Hello there, scrumptious chocolate cupcake. I'm going to go through some tweets that might inflame you, but it's for your own good because we've got to make some edge. Nobody knows the true psychological damage that Richard Heart is going to do with PulseChain. Now, I mean this in a positive way, but there's going to be an initial negative reaction. My job is to link the past to you so you can see something that's happened in the past before where a lot of value was generated because you're buying something deep value and you're owning a piece of the pie, and then you see other people discover it and suddenly the asset you own shoots up in value. That's the whole goal here. Front running a large growing community. So Richard Heart, okay. In this tweet, I have to be very concise, friends, because Twitter, right, nobody wants to read 3 essays, but true psychological damage that Richard Hart's going to do with PulseChain. So we got to get in the mindset. Richard Hart, he did psychological damage with Hex. He did do it with Hex. Before I even continue this tweet, this is the Hex chart. All over Richard Hart's Twitter, all over his YouTube, interviews where Ricardo himself here, he interviews many different people. He has a lot of streams, and the overwhelming theme of Hex and price talk and speculation comes down to this main point. When he speaks about the positive things that Hex is going to bring to you, he says, you, a crypto participant, you don't even care about the technology at all. You just care about the price. I remember when I first heard this, I still remember hearing it, and it hit me, and I felt a negative reaction. I was like, oh, I don't want to listen to this guy. Sounds like a scammer. It's true. It's true. It's hard to swallow. So if you're new to crypto, you're like, so what? Yeah, a lot of you baby doll, baby cakes who came in 2021, you don't know any better. Okay, yes, you're like, of course everyone here's for the price, but you got to understand, right? Even look, speculative sickness. Like, look, you have to understand, friends, what's going on here. People came. We got to go deep. We got to understand what's going on. People came into Bitcoin not because of the price. Bitcoin was not invented, hey, let's make everybody rich. It was meant to be, hey, we need a money system for the world. The market themselves chose it to be a store of value. The market said, hey, let's not make it inflationary. Let's make it something like gold where we can hold, okay? Now, what happened was Bitcoin went on absolutely nuclear runs up. But people kept coming in for the tech. That's why Bitcoin kept having these huge runs of euphoria. Because every time it hit new paradigms of price, people said, oh, this time is different. There's a new paradigm. We're here to change the world. And coincidentally, yes, they were right. It did change the world. However, look what's happened now, friends. After this many euphoria waves, after all these waves, you're now seeing a diminished return. So what's actually happening here? The market, after 12 years, this point, after 12 years, we actually realize, oh my God, there's a limit to the euphoria. There is no such thing as, I'll buy this at any price, no matter what this technology does, okay? So people were buying this for tech. I'm in it for the tech. That's what you're always going to hear, Sep, okay? Now, I'm starting to see, I'm here to convey to you that most people coming into crypto are coming in for the money. They don't actually care about the technology. The early bleeding innovators like Roger Ver, yeah, they were in it for the technology. They really were. Okay, these people coming in, Michael Saylor bought Roger Ver's 30,000x bag. Okay, he's not an innovator. He's there to store value, make money. He doesn't care about these decentralization themes. So Ricardo himself, the psychological damage of PulseChain, because Richard Hart, what you don't know is he was the first guy in crypto to go mainstream who kept telling everybody, you don't care about the tech, you just care about the price. That's all you care about. And people screamed and yelled. And trust me, there are a lot of interviews where he interviews people and he says that to them and they lose their minds. There's always a negative reaction when you first hear this, because it's almost like, if I could use an example, it's like if you went to another male person and said, you don't care about women, you just care about fornication with them. It's the same thing. It's like you're reducing someone to just this one element. But in crypto, we have hundreds of thousands of examples of this being true. It's a very hard pill to swallow, friends. Now, Hex was the first revelation, and we're going to go through this as well, right? So with PulseChain, though, Richard Hart is going to do something new. So the whole idea of PulseChain, and why I like it, is every single person who I've spoken to has said this is the dumbest idea ever and it's not going to work. Let that sink in. Every single person has told me this is a stupid idea and it's not going to work. If one person said it, yeah, maybe they're right. But like 30? I'm like, wow. Oh, wow. If he's right, if Ricardo himself is right, and these mid-curvers are wrong, then there is extreme deep value here and we're going to go to the moon. Of course we are. Just like with Hex, right? So who would have thought? So with Hex, right, the psychological damage was this. People thought they were in it for the tech and to be decentralized, but then Hex exists and people want to buy it for yield. They don't care about this decentralization, maximalization, and let's destroy the US dollar. That was the prevailing narratives in Bitcoin, okay? Those were the narratives. Like, yeah, we're going to take on the US dollar. We're going to free mankind. That's what it was. And Richard Hart was saying, you don't care about that. You just want the price to go up. And a lot of these Bitcoin maxis would ferociously attack him for that. But no, it's true. It's true. It's a hard pill to swallow, right? Just like, this is why, friends, you often hear me, I always call out stock market boomers and I'll say to them, you don't care about Johnson & Johnson saving the world. You don't care about this medical company building pacemakers to put less people in hospital and to help with heart surgery and cancer. You don't actually care about that. You want the next mid-curver to buy your stock ticker for your price to go up. That's what you actually care about. That's why we're still early to crypto, by the way. The stock market boomers still haven't figured that out yet. If you go listen to stock market guys, are like, yeah, dude, I want to own a piece of America, dude. I want to own transport. I want to own energy, dude. No, they don't. they just want the price to go up, okay? But they still haven't figured it out yet. Now, when we get that switch, we're probably going to see the biggest crypto run we've ever seen of all time. All right, we haven't got there yet. So there's so much information here, friends. Look, now with PulseChain and PulseX, we're going to have P tokens. So because with PulseX coin, P listings mooning, okay? People will truly see that 95% of people in crypto are only here to gamble on ticker symbols loosely related to a project. So I know this is a bit of a mouthful. I'll read it again. When PulseX is released, the exchange on PulseChain, there's going to be P tokens everywhere. You're going to have the Pulse version of SHIB, the Pulse version of Link, the Pulse version of Mana, the Pulse version of Sand. P tickers, all right? It's going to be P, P Link, which is not going to be exactly one for one to the link, right? So that's why everybody says this is the dumbest idea ever. It's not like the ChainLink community approved coin that they've deployed themselves. That's what they say. And therefore they'll say it's going to have no value. But I'm telling you now, this is what Richard Hart is saying. What Richard Hart has concluded from looking at all the markets and all of humans' behavior, he said, people will truly eventually see that 95% of you guys are only in crypto to gamble on the ticker symbol. All right. You don't actually care about these projects. You don't care about utility. You don't care about what this coin does. You care about the speculation of other people participating in that coin. That's all we care about. And that's actually true, friends. Think about it. That is 100% true. You don't care about ChainLink solving the world and helping with oracles and stuff. You don't care about Uniswap and all of these. We don't care about them at all. We care about their logo, their ticker symbol, and what other people are going to think about their logo and ticker symbol. That's all we care about. All right. So a good investor is the second half. All right. A bad investor, somebody who's unprofitable, somebody who, dare I say, drinks a bit of soy from time to time, they only care about what they think. They think, oh, well, I don't like this logo and I don't like this ticker symbol, so it has no value. That's what a mid-curver thinks, right? But someone like us, professionals, we wear our pants on most of the time. We have fluffy slippers. We have a straight back. We eat bananas for the great vitamins from time to time. We know that we have to evaluate these things, not based off us. We don't judge. We are here to base it off the next 100 million people who are going to come across this. Will someone out there like it? Just like when you find a music artist, you might not like rap music. Maybe you don't like Kanye West, but you know there are 50 million people out there who do. All right. There's so much to unpack here, friends. And I made this cute little meme here, right? Got a cute little paw paper symbol here too for you. So look at this, all right? So Richard Hart, I call it the revelations, all right? Revelations. So his first revelation, it was actually when Hex launched in December 2019, all right? So basically what Richard Hart did, he told the people this hard truth. He said, you only care about the price going up. And like I've said, I just showed you all the videos, all the streams, went through the story. That I remember hearing it for the first time and it hurt because I was in Bitcoin and Ethereum and I'm like, what? No, we don't. There are people who make good stuff too. It's true. Yes, I respect all the people who were early to Ethereum and Bitcoin and other world-changing technology. You got to respect them. They were not in it for the money. They're in it for the tech. However, how many of them how many numbers of them compared to us? 5 to 20, right? No, probably even worse than that. Maybe only the top 5%, friends. Maybe it's like 1 to 20. Maybe one person in the tech, 20 people for the money. Man, that's crazy, friends, when you think about it. So it is what it is. How many of us can actually make world-changing technology? It's very rare, right? So that's why it was very hard to swallow, because many people were bought into Bitcoin because, right, we'll go back to this chart, right? So you know this from your friend Somi's revelations, right? What happened was people saw the Bitcoin price going up, all right? And every time it went up, people attributed the green candles to the narrative, which is wrong. Now, if you know anything about investing, which I've been trying to teach you every day because you're a baby doll pumpkin, chocolate cupcake, when we see green candles, we will attach the narrative to it as true. So we'll say, oh my God, Bitcoin is rallying. And then they'll say, why is it rallying? And then someone will say, hey, Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin has a Satoshi anonymous founder. So when we see the green candles, our human brains go, aha, let's lock it on. Let's attach the narrative. And we'll say, okay, so Bitcoin is rallying because it's decentralized, because of Satoshi. That's why it's rallying. No, it's not. It's rallying just because the market wanted to give value to people transferring value through the internet. That's actually why it was rallying. It wasn't rallying because of those. But that's why you can see how powerful this is. Even today, friends, people still don't know. When a coin is more decentralized, you're not going to pump as hard because there's too many people who own it. You need centralized ownership, okay? So Richard Hart was telling everyone this, and no one believed him. And it was funny, if you go back and watch his videos, he can't put his brain to our low levels, peanut brains, because he's like, why don't you get it? I'm showing you evidence. How can't you connect the pieces together? And I remember I'm watching that. When I first started getting it, I was like, oh my God, this takes me back to school. Where, you know, when if you guys ever come across like literally a genius, and I'm like, man, I got no idea what's going on. So this guy's brain, this guy or girl reads one word and somehow they know the answers to everything, right? And they can't relate to my peanut brain, my little salty peanut brain. One little zap from a microwave and there's already nothing there, but you're killing me here, right? Smart people just can't relate to us. That's it, right? That's why we'll forever be peanut brains. So he goes through all these revelations with Hex, like you only care about the price, and then we move to PulseChain. So I'm not going to make this same mistake, and that's why I sacrificed for PulseChain and PulseX, because when he made this revelation, right, back in 2021, he goes, I'm going to make, I'm going to fork Ethereum and everyone's going to get a free copy of their coins, and it's going to be it's not even going to be a real copy, but people are going to trade and give it value anyway. And that's why everyone was like, what? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You see, friends, Richard Hart, Ricardo, these people, there are people on earth, they can just see human behavior and they can collect it and synthesize it in their brains, and they can attribute a pattern to it that me and you can't see. Okay? We could not view all the actions of people and conclude this because we have a little peanut brain, but this person can. That's why people look at it and they say, this is the dumbest thing ever. Go, yeah, well, what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong and it's not the dumbest thing ever, right? Like I said, 30 mid-curvers have told me it's not going to work and it's the most stupid idea ever. That's why I'm like, damn, you sound like me in December 2019. Also, Eric Wall saying this is Hex is the dumbest idea I've ever heard, right? Because Eric came in for the tech. He understood, Bitcoin, decentralization, monetary values. That's why Richard is telling him back in 2019 in his interview that, oh my God, people don't actually care about the tech anymore, man. We're moving to the price. This was such a huge, mind-blowing thing, right? Because up until that point, everyone did care for the tech, or so you thought. That's what the prevailing narrative was. Now, everyone knows I'm in it for the tech is a complete meme. Everyone knows it's a meme, friends. That's why I'm kind of worried that the euphoria waves are going to get smaller over time, because there's no more tech believers anymore. It's just everybody's a casino player, right? Makes you think what's going to happen if the stock market people come here next, right? So with PulseChain, everyone wants to speculate on ticker symbols and logos. So that's the revelation. The revelation is, I don't care about ChainLink. I'm selling at $200 anyway, at $300. That's the same thing with everything. You don't care about Bitcoin fixing the world money. Most of you just want to get rid of it at 200, 300K. You want the number to go up and you want to hold it, right? You want its value to go up there and stay there. So you can either borrow on it, you can use it as collateral to buy a house and buy other things. That's what you actually really want. You want that more than fixing the world. And it's true, friends. Honestly, it is. It is true. 100%. You ask 100 Bitcoiners, hey, I'm going to send Bitcoin's price to zero, but I'm going to fix the money supply for the world. I'm actually going to remove all of the evil empire. Do you want me to do it? Okay. I promise you, only 5% will say yes. The other 95% will say, no. Give me the world where Bitcoin goes to like $400,000 and we flip gold's market cap because I want to be rich. That's what most people will choose. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's humans looking out for themselves. Of course you choose that. Of course. But it makes you think. That's why another revelation here, right? PulseChain's going to have P tickers everywhere. So the geniusness is if these P tickers go up. So I'm going to show you, right? If you have, for example, let's say the ChainLink chart, right, over a period of time. If ChainLink is going up, this is going to be Link, for example, right? Link, and we're going to have P-Link on the side. This is going to be the PulseChain version of Link, okay? If the PulseChain version of Link is not zero, right, but instead somehow goes up a bit, the ChainLink community will literally, all of us, we're going to be going to the ChainLink team saying, you poo-poo faces, how dare you say you are not supporting PulseChain? You are leaving value on the table for us. They have a strong community. And look, this thing has value. So that's the game theory, right? This is where Richard Hart's saying, hey, even though this is another coin, we can actually make people want to kind of dilute, kind of add coins and spread their name everywhere because they're only here for actually the ticker. We don't actually really need all of this, right? But people want, this is actually what people are really here for. We want to speculate on this. Now, it's such a tough pill to swallow, but that's, if it works out, that's why aren't you glad you sacrificed for PulseChain and PulseX? And if you haven't, aren't you glad at least you know about this? Because once people see this, they're going to start to have these, their brains are going to explode. They're like, what the hell? How does this thing have value? How the hell did this thing work? That's what they're going to be saying to themselves. But it's only a revelation if, right, it's only like a eureka moment to them. If they didn't actually know what I've been telling you, right? That people only want to speculate on the ticker symbols and the logos, okay? So the first milestone for PulseChain will be, right, become so successful that ChainLink agrees to adopt it. That's one of the first ones. That's because I'm going to show you an example, right? They will bend the knee, friends. Everybody's going to have to bend the knee. Every single one. Crypto's getting too competitive, right? So here I've said, with a large enough diarrhea circus season, this is a tongue-in-cheek version of just saying a season where people come and participate, speculate, a cycle play of buying and selling, etc., right? Because maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, like go up plus 80% over like a 3-month period. People want to disperse their money, new communities form. That's what it refers to, right? So with a large enough season of trading on PulseX, we will attract members from many Ethereum projects. And a lot of people have said, no, they won't. They hate Richard Hart. No, it's a scammer. No. Okay, all right. I'll show you. I'm saying here, people will come for the world's largest airdrop. All right. Now, I'm going to show you something, baby doll. My baby doll, baby cakes, right? I'm going to show you this. Look at this. We're going to go through this together because I saw this and I was like, oh my God, we're going to kill it. We are going to kill it. Keep your pants on. Drink that high protein milk and we're going to kill it. We're actually going to kill it as soon as I saw this. So as I always say, right, crypto is getting hyper competitive, right? You can't afford to have morals, right? Friends, do you remember there was like periods in America where, periods of time, I think a couple of years ago, where people would not want to like serve a cake to a certain sexual preference community, or that, you know, people just, they're like, hey, I don't want my religion to be involved with this or that, right? Now, in this world, people can get away with that. However, crypto's hyper competitive, okay? And the people who open the door the most, they win, okay? Now, enough money was coming into crypto. There was enough euphoria at the start. People could take a firm ground and say, no, I don't like this community. I don't like you. I don't like that. I don't like the color blue, red, or yellow, right? People could say this with their high, their nose raised to the sky as they look down on everyone, right? I do declare you are not decentralized enough, sir. They can say that, but now they can't. Now they can't. Because, as I say, with crypto, no one's actually really loyal. Everybody's just there for the price go up. Now, if you understand this, you'll know why the next part is going to make complete sense to you, right? So look at this. So Uniswap, they were once too arrogant to deploy on Binance Chain. Uniswap stayed on Ethereum. They believed in Ethereum. They believed they're going to scale and everything's going to go great. This was years ago, yeah? And look what happened. They bent the knee. All right, let's read this. Look at this down here. The governance says yes. Community governance that oversees decentralized exchange Uniswap has voted in favor of deploying on Binance-backed BNB chain via a cross-chain bridge called Wormhole. A total of 500 addresses participated in the vote. Oh, gee, how decentralized is that? 500 people. Wow, that's totally representative of the 300,000. Oh my God, friends. It's just funny. It's fun. No one actually cares about decentralization, friends. I'm telling you now. We're here for the price go up. People want value. And value means you want to buy into something cool that a million other people behind you are going to come in and think it's cool. That's actually what it is. You want to be early to a network effect growing. That's what we actually want to do, all right? So, Uniswap bent the knee. What happened to decentralization, man? Isn't like CZ meant to be like some Chinese spy? How come you're coming on? You know why, friends. You know why. We know why they're coming on. I'm telling you now. The competition is getting fierce. They cannot afford to sit here and say, oh yeah, everybody's going to come to us and pay $200 for a swap fee because we're decentralized, right? They know the writing's on the wall. So look at this next, right? So it's funny. Also, on Binance Chain, PancakeSwap themselves, the DEX, right, which is the Uniswap version on Binance Chain, they also had an anti-Ethereum stance, right? They had to at the start, you know. They're like, hey, well, you're too expensive. Everybody come over here in 2021. And people did. And guess what, friends? Guess what? The pancake was eaten scrumptiously and they bent the knee too. That's right. Isn't that crazy? You're like, what happened to these very fierce stances about moral high ground? Oh, you just don't care about that at all. They're looking at the price go up, friends, and the price ain't going up as much. Let me show you right now very quickly. Have you heard of a coin called Uni, which you just spoke about, right? Now, I know this is a linear chart, But I'm saying, okay, people who hold the Uni token, when they're in Discord and Telegram, all the insiders and VCs and the Uniswap office, this is the chart they're looking at. And people are saying, hey man, if you don't start deploying and get my bags to pump, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to take you down. I'm getting very angry. I've lost a lot of money here. I'm getting very angry, right? That pressure builds over time, friends. I don't think you understand the pressure because, I'm on social media all the time. I get a lot of like snarky comments here and there. And that's okay, man. I love having fun and trolling. It's okay. But I can understand if I was like a full nerd and I was actually smart and I knew how to make world-changing technology and I'm not like a man of the people like I am, I could understand this would crush anyone. When people just say, hey, nice chart, man. Nice chart. Why is your chart going down? Dude, hey, how about price go up for once, because we've been going down forever. This is a scam. You've done a BitConnect chart. Those are the things that get thrown in their face, and that's why a lot of developers, they quit, they rug pull, they just can't take it anymore, right? And I say, you know what? This peanut brain's going to be here to the very end. But they can't say that. They don't have the steel ovaries or the balls. And unfortunately, they're just not built that way. They're built to actually build stuff, all right? So this is what they're looking at, friends. This is why the competition is going to continue to be fierce, because they're getting spammed these messages. And that's why I'm saying here, PulseChain is going to make everyone else bend the knee too. All right. Oh, wouldn't it be an amazing day if Uniswap actually deploy on PulseChain? I don't think they ever would. That's such a tough pill to swallow for them. But just think about it. Like if ChainLink team said, oh, we're not going to support PulseChain, I think they will. I think the Hex community is 150,000. We are rabid dogs and squirrels, and we're cute little sheep running around in the farm, and we're just, we're going nuts. We're just wild farm animals. You have to notice this. The good thing is, it was a public sacrifice and everyone could participate. Isn't that great? Because for all these other projects, there was VCs in there. Okay, so now it's going to be a fight, a battle between the people and the VCs. Who's going to win? And guess what, friends? I'm telling you right now, my final message for you is this. Firstly, leave me a message here to confirm our friendship. But secondly, XRP and Ethereum, they already did the battle for us. XRP sided with the banks and the VCs and the upper hand people, and Ethereum made a chain for the people, right? Ethereum made a chain for the downtrodden of society. And guess who won? Ethereum, okay? The people form their network effects so large that the VCs have to start noticing us. So that's why I'm saying with PulseChain, we are all the people. Yes, a few of us are crazy, missing teeth. Some of us look like pirates. Some of us wear fluffy slippers. Some of us don't wear pants in the morning, and some of us wear lab coats. But you can't deny the growing network effect power that's forming here. And the best part is, with crypto, you can make financial gains by riding with it. Tell your mum and your dad that you love them, friends. I will catch you in the next one.